All right, people. Let me see what I have here. Hello, people. How are you? Just sharing the link on Facebook. So just give me some few. All right. I haven't streamed on YouTube in a long while. Probably once or twice. I've only streamed on YouTube once or twice. I want to see how best I can also get to put in some more videos there. So let's try this live stream and see how it goes, okay? I'm going to turn into a quick session, very quick session. One second here. All right. So, yeah, welcome. If you don't mind, put some questions on the screen so that I can see. YouTube's chat is different. It doesn't show like the way Facebook does theirs. So, you will have to comment for me to know if the all messages are visible. Live messages are visible, okay? All right. Can somebody comment so that I can? I'm not sure if I'm still trying to get used to this, so please bear with me, yeah? All right. All right. Oh, I have the first chat here from Iko's Nelson. Hey, bro. But there was something weird about the chat, though. When the messages pop up, they just go invisible. Is that how it's supposed to be? Those of you who are YouTubers, let me know. It pops up and then it begins to go, it fade out and it's gone. I don't know. All right. This is my first live broadcast on YouTube for the year 2022. Thank you for joining me. I normally don't broadcast here, so I don't expect a lot of people here. We might have a small community of live audience. So let's see. Let me use this opportunity to address my Instagram, okay? I have quite a decent following on Instagram too, probably about 1,500 or something. Let me see. Yeah, almost 1,600 followers on Instagram. The purpose of my Instagram, Wanda Peke Boss, good to have you here. Good to have you as well. Thank you, Wanda. The purpose of my IG was also to promote my videos there. And I used to do live sessions where followers will call me on a live video call and talk to me within 5-10 minutes. I haven't done that in a very long while. But what I've noticed is that a lot of people still send me messages on IG, lots of messages. At the beginning, I mentioned that I do not respond to messages on IG. That was because I disabled all messaging options on my social media, such as my Facebook. I used to have a messaging option where you could send me a direct message, but I took that away. With IG, pretty much I haven't taken it off, but you can send a message. The only thing is that I don't attend to it. That was my way of managing my stress level. It was really stressful doing videos, responding to questions under the videos as comments, responding to everybody's personal DMs. It was stressful. So just to be clear, if you send messages on IG, just to let you know that I do not attend to the inbox. And if you do catch me live, you can always ask your questions. The only private contact option you have to reach me is via email. And even with that, I do have a criteria for responding to the questions. So just make sure that you are not probably, I won't say abusing, but just make sure that whatever you send me personally as an email is something that fits the criteria of my inquiries, okay? So that is it about my IG followers. Sorry about that if you think you've sent messages on IG and I haven't responded. My apologies. And if you are here with me and you have questions, feel free to drop them. It is pretty weird doing lives on YouTube because the chat, for me, I just don't like how YouTube chats come across. They are not the same as Facebook and the other ones. I just like how Facebook's live feed goes. But let's see. Rotimi Koka, good evening. Anyemi Choko, good evening. Rotimi, how are you? Rotimi Koka, Osu Millionaire. Rotimi Koka, Osu Millionaire. Nice to have you. If you're watching this, smash the like button. I have 2 of you smashing the like button so far. I can see it. Yeah, let's promote the YouTube channel as well so that a lot of you find my content. I promise to be uploading my videos. I will be uploading almost all of them. I just haven't found time to do that. All right, but I will do that. So smash the like button if you're watching. If you smash it, I do see it. So smash the like button. And let's hope that we can get a lot more people joining so that we can have a quick session here. You can also ask questions. If you have any questions bothering you, can ask them. All right. All right. We'll be going out very soon. So I'm doing a quick live here before anything. Yeah. Thank you for smashing the like button. That third person to have smashed. God bless you. I appreciate it. And if you have questions, please keep them coming. Would you want me to do a session where I go to campuses and I interview students? Is that something you would like to do, where you can see other students from different countries sharing their experiences? Let me know if it's something you would like to see. I wouldn't mind doing that. Going to different campuses, talking to international students. It'll be interesting. Yeah. Let me know. Thank you for smashing the like button. Number 4. I appreciate 4 of you have hit the like button. I really appreciate that. With the way YouTube works, the more you hit the like button, the more you share the videos, the more you comment and subscribe. That is how YouTube gets to show your content out there, right? So if you don't have any haram or dislike or prohibition, consider hitting the like button. I'll appreciate that. Okay. Ikozo Nelson, please, bro, help us post your recent videos on Facebook to YouTube. Thank you very much. It is just a stressful process. Like, I literally have to download all the videos and upload them on YouTube one by one. It is really stressful. It is easier when you upload them the same day you shoot the videos. The challenge with me is that I have so many videos. In a day, I could do 3-4 videos. So in a week, that is a lot of videos. Now, if I don't post them in a day or 2 and they pile up, it's just difficult. But yeah, I promise to get it going. Promise to get it going. Yeah. And I notice a lot of people prefer Facebook to YouTube, so that's why I'm more on Facebook. But you guys are encouraging me to do more of the YouTube, so promise to do that, okay? Are there books you can recommend in relation to starting real estate? I ask because I find, see, and the comment has disappeared. Why is it like that? YouTube. I'm just reading the thing and it disappeared. Why? Oh, wow. Let me see. Live chat. Are there books you can kindly recommend in relation to starting is gone again. Oh, now, wow. You see what makes me like Facebook? The comment will stay there, at least. In relation to starting real estate, I ask because I find no one at my end who can give me an idea. Chaka Millionaire. Books on real estate. You are currently in Ghana, right? Are you currently in Ghana? You are in Osu, I guess, right? You are in Osu. The first book I read in relation to real estate would be How to Become a Real Estate Investor by Phil Postiovsky. You said you are in the United States. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense. Rotimi Coker. The first real estate book I read, the title is How to Become a Real Estate Investor, and the author is Phil Postiovsky. Phil Postiovsky, Phil, and then the Postiovsky is kind of like Eastern European. Came to the United States exactly 10 months ago. God bless you and want to be part of your team. I will send an email regarding that. Wanda from Ghana, Wanda Africa. Thank you. Phil Postiovsky's book is the first book I read. I didn't even read all of it. I read just some portion of it, and then it hit me like a bullet. Probably there was something in there that just caught my eye, and then I just had fired my spirit up. So I started acting right away. The title is How to Become a Real Estate Investor, Phil Postiovsky. Let me see if I can find a spelling for Phil Postiovsky for you. He's an American and he's an investor in the US, okay? So this is a spelling for his name, Phil Postiovsky, Pustejovsky. I'm going to spell the Postiovsky again. Pasti, Pustejovsky, Postiovsky. Phil Postiovsky. His book on how to become a real estate investor was the first, and I think it triggered my interest. The second book probably will be a Canadian book, How to Be a Real Estate Investor in Canada. That's also another wonderful book. And then I have another book, but it's been borrowed by somebody. It's about how to buy distressed properties and fix them up. I will make a list and I'll share them on my Facebook so that you can see that. But I hope this gets you started. Robert Kiyosaki is also a fantastic guy when it comes to finance, especially real estate. So if you get any book he's written on real estate, you can take a look at it. He owns several thousands of apartments, so you can definitely consider his books. There is also, let me look here. I think I have some books here. Let me just grab some. This is also another good book on, the title is Real Estate Joint Ventures by, the author is Don R. Campbell and Russell Westcott. Don, D-O-N, Campbell, and the other author is Russell Westcott, W-E-S-T-C-O-T-T. The title is Real Estate Joint Ventures. It teaches you how you can structure joint venture agreements, which is basically partnerships with people. If you decide to do partnership, I haven't done a partnership yet, but these authors are great authors. They are Canadian authors, and Canadian. This is the title. This is a cover page. My son has taken the book out of it. So, how to become. The camera has flipped, isn't it? It has flipped. That is because I've turned it inside. How to Become Real Estate Joint Ventures by Don Campbell and Russell Westcott. It's also another good book, especially if you're interested in doing joint ventures or partnership with people. Okay. I'll post some more books, and I will also recommend that you check out people who do real estate. In the US, for example, Bigger Pockets is a very good platform for you. Bigger Pockets on .com. You can check them out. They produce content on real estate, so you can check them out as well. Okay. All right. I'll just Ikoza Nelson, please welcome in. Is there any way you could create a Telegram group so most of your followers can interact there? I think it will help and encourage. No, no. Unfortunately, WhatsApp groups, no. Telegram groups, no. I don't want to be, no. That idea has been proposed many times. I've kicked against it. It's stressful managing such platforms, especially dealing with, you know, that platform could be created for one thing, and before you realize it turn into something else. So I'm very careful when it comes to such groups. You could create it with the intention that people to share. Before you realize they've turned into something. I would like something I can manage and be responsible for. And as it stands now, look, I can't even manage my own WhatsApp. There are many messages on WhatsApp begging for my attention to read them. So I don't want to be involved in anything Telegram, WhatsApp and stuff. Before something that is supposed to be for choco millionaires, whatever, somebody will turn into a different page, posting all kind of politics, religion, and then one thing leads to the other. So I'm careful with that. Okay. My website though, there will be a forum. We are creating a forum on my website where people can interact, people can ask questions and stuff like that. That feature is something we are building into the website. And hopefully that will give people the opportunity to share ideas, ask questions, and get help from other people even when I'm not live on the website. So that is it. But in terms of WhatsApp, Telegram groups, I can promise you it's not something I'm interested in doing. All right. Let me see if there's any other question there. So far, we have 3 people posting questions. Nelson, Wanda, Rotimi, Ikoza. So 4 people actually. Remember, we have a small group here. Not many people are online, so take advantage of it. Ask questions if you have any. I'm just spending some few minutes here, okay? Now, in the UK, okay. Somebody asks, how are you doing, sir? Greetings, Choco Millionaire. I'm doing fine. I got Bigger Pockets because Barnes and Nobles and more. My second question, after purchasing the property, how do you get to link with workers, carpenters, architects, electricians? All right, it doesn't come easy, but you need to when you go into real estate, especially if you find yourself in the renovation aspect, doing some renovation, you need to start building your power team. Your power team is your network of people that are crucial to you in building your real estate. It could start from referrals, from friends, or people who are in the real estate industry. You could start with your realtor, your real estate agent, who helps you to lock the deal. You can start by asking them if they have some really good worksmen or tradesmen that they can refer to you. A carpenter, a framer, a plumber, an electrician. You can ask them that question, okay? And then as time goes on, you'll be getting used to like getting those contacts, and then you'll be leveraging them. When I started, it wasn't easy. One of the first few people I called when I started was my former landlord. I asked him if he had any contacts because I want to do renovation. He shared some contacts. I asked friends if they know any good renovation person, and they shared contacts. I asked Joseph Ola, the Nigerian real estate agent that I do feature on my channel, and he also shared some contacts. And then as time went on and I became more experienced, I found my own contacts. Sometimes you talk to strangers or you talk to other people who are doing it. If you walk around and you see somebody doing a renovation, you can just stop by and then go talk to them and see if you can get a contact of whoever it is, right? It's easy to get contacts, but it's not easy getting quality tradesmen. you can get contacts only to find out that they are not that good. So for me, it's taking me a longer time to build the right contacts. Like it took me time to go through different people and find the right people for the job. There are people who will do your flooring for you and you will not like it. They will paint and then you will not like the painting. Splashes of paint here and there. It takes time. So you need to put some effort in finding them. You can also leverage on real estate investor groups and asking them for their own contacts too. So if you go to real estate meetings, say you go to a real estate event in your city, you can talk to some people then ask, hey, who do you use for renovation? Who do you use for plumbing? Who do you use for carpentry? Who do you use for HVAC? Who do you use for painting? Who do you use for flooring? Who do you use for kitchen? And some of them can pass on their contacts to you. Some people are very generous with sharing. Some people don't. I find that a lot of people who may be strangers to you are normally the ones who share. And your close friends might not necessarily be even the ones to share with you. Some of them might be hiding their contacts from you. I don't believe in that. I just like sharing. Okay. All right. So that is it. I hope I answered the question. So leverage everything: your real estate agent, your friends, walking by and seeing people who do renovation and talking to them. That is how I gather some of my contacts. I talk to people, and then talk to your previous landlord. Whoever was your landlord, your current landlord, you can also ask them. All right. I hope that answers your question there. Jessica Okogun says, can a family immigrate to Canada with a job offer, and what are the visa requirements? The answer is yes. A family can emigrate to Canada from the UK if they have a job offer. And what are the visa requirements? The visa requirements will be the same for a foreign work visa. In other words, basic requirement: proof of a job offer, proof that your employer has given you whatever supporting documents you need, proof that you have money to take care of yourself whilst you're here, and proof that you meet the immigration requirements of Canada. Basically, vetting your intention for coming to Canada and all of that. Basically, is the same as the requirement for applying for a work visa. I hope that makes sense to you, Jessica. For your children, if you're coming with your family and there are children involved, they will be giving the visa to them as dependents of the main person who is coming to work. So the others will be the dependent, and the main applicant for the job will be the principal applicant. Depending on the age of your children, they could give them a temporary resident visa, depending on their age, right? But definitely when you're applying for a work visa, you're looking at a work visa that gives you a work permit. There are two kinds of work permits: open work permit and a closed work permit. Open allows you to work with any employer. A closed work permit allows you to only work for a certain employer. Since you were offered a job, it's possible you can be given a closed work permit, which restricts you to working for just that employer. All right. Roti Menidase. Wanda, please, can you do something on how you built your credit score? Maybe later. Yes, I intend to do a video on that, but I can briefly talk about that too. Joseph Entry, you are doing a great job, sir. I love your sincerity. Thank you. So credit score, the first way to have control over your credit score is to understand how credit score works. A lot of people do not understand how credit score work. Even me at this stage, I still don't know everything about credit score. I know significant amount of information about it or stuff about it, but it took me a while. I must say that I wasn't conscious about credit score at the beginning. Conscious in the sense that I wasn't paying attention to it. I didn't even think it was necessary until it got to a point that I realized there were things I wanted to do and they were all asking for credit score. Now, for those of you who don't live in Canada or the US or any part of Europe, a credit score is basically a tracker on your credit worthiness as an individual. It's a tracker, it's a tab kept on you as a person for your credit worthiness. things that you do, monies that you borrow, credit cards that you use from banks or institutions, how you use them, how long it takes you to pay off those monies that you use, your ability to honor payments on time, defaulting, and all of that, they are all tracked. It takes an average person to build a credit score within 2 years. So if you are new to a country in the Western world, you could be looking at up to 2 years to build. Credit bureaus are institutions set up by the government to keep data on the credit worthiness or the credit score of people. In Canada, we have 2 or 3 different credit companies. Somebody say no sound. No sound. Is that the case? Let me know if you can hear me. No sound, no sound, no sound. Can you hear me? No sound. I know why there was no sound. The moment somebody called me. When a call comes through, it disconnects. Let me see if I can work on that, okay? Okay, let me know if it's better now, okay? Good sound now. All right, good sound now. Yeah, so anytime somebody calls, I'm using my phone, so anytime somebody calls, it disrupts the sound. In Canada, we have 2 or 3 companies that keep or report credit score for individuals. We have Equifax, we have TransUnion. The 2 common ones are Equifax and the TransUnion. Yeah, Equifax and TransUnion. In the US as well, they may have Equifax. I'm not sure if they have TransUnion. In Europe, I'm not sure about it. And your credit score is numerical. It starts with a certain low number and then goes as much as a certain number. In Canada, the lowest score an individual could have is 300 out of 900. And then the highest is 900. The lower your number, the poorer your score. The higher your number, the good your credit is. Good credit simply means the person pays their bills on time, the person borrows money and uses it and pays on time. They don't spend too much on their credit. That's basically what it means by good credit. They make their payment on time. They are not late in making payment. For example, your phone bill. Phone bill could be recorded as to be part of your credit. If you have a phone bill every month to pay and you don't pay it on time, it could be recorded and reported to the credit agency that you don't pay your phone bill on time. If you have rent to pay and you don't pay your rent on time, some landlords can report you to the landlord tenant bureau, which will end up as a credit report. Some landlords do that. I don't report my tenants, so that is fine, but some landlords may report you if you don't pay your rent on time, and it could go against your credit. Credit card is the most common one. Credit card, if you use a credit card, you need to pay off the amount you use within 21 days, depending on like 20 days generally. If you don't pay it off within 20 days, it could be reported as a negative impact on your score. So I use $100 on my credit card today, my MasterCard today. At least I should pay that $100 within 20 days. If I don't pay it and it exceeds the 20 days, I begin to pay interest on it. And the longer I take, the more it shows that I have borrowed money from a credit card company on their MasterCard and I haven't paid it and it's taking longer to pay. So it begins to hurt your credit score. Definitely, I will do a video on that, but you can see I've talked about it a little bit. The average person does not know their credit score. The average person here doesn't mean the person who is not educated. It means if you take 10 people and you question 7 or 8 out of them, they don't know what their credit score is. They just don't know. They don't care. The average person doesn't also know the interest rate on his credit card. They don't know. There is a good chance if you ask 10 people, 9 of them don't know. They just use it. The implication of that is that if your credit is having a negative score, or there are things pulling down your credit, you might not be aware of it. Student loan is one of them too. Some people take a loan to go to universities. In the US, they give student loan. In Canada, they give student loan. The US, the agency that records credit in the US, I believe is called FICO, F-I-C-O. Is it FICO? Yeah, Federal something something. I'm not too sure what it stands for. FICO. If you don't pay the amount that you borrow to go to school when you're in university or college, if you don't pay it off on time, it could be reported as a negative credit on you. Think about it this way. In Africa, if you were to take a loan from the bank, if you do not pay that loan on time, there ought to be an institution where the bank can report that this individual has not paid, so that it will be kept as a data against the individual person. In the future, if that same individual tries to go get a loan from another company, that individual will likely be rejected because the previous bank has reported that they have not paid the debt. In Africa, we do not have agencies that do this. So it is possible that people can borrow money and get away with it. That is actually why we have a lot of default of loans, because there is nothing to track it. There is nothing. So somebody can go to Zenith Bank and borrow money and not pay it, turn around and go to a different bank and go borrow money and not pay it. Borrow money from a local bank, rural bank, not pay it, and get away with it, right? Because we do not have an institution that records information on what people borrow, where they borrowed it, when they are supposed to pay, whether they've paid or not. So because of that, we have a lot of bad debts around. Here in the Western world, they keep your record. They check all of that. And they assign you a score anytime you make your payment. The more diligent you are in paying on time, the better your score. Basically, higher credit score means this person pays their bills on time. In Canada, if you want to buy a house, you need to have a minimum of 680 points, or a score of 680 out of 900. If you have anything less than 680, it is possible that the banks will not give you a loan to buy a house if you have less than 680. I don't know about the US. It's likely going to be tough if your score is less than 680. If your score gets to the 300, 400 mark, your credit is ruined, is destroyed. Simply means you have a serious problem with your credit. You have a difficulty paying bills. You rely on credit and you do not pay them on time. Almost anybody will not give you anything. If you want to go buy a phone on credit, they won't give you. If you want to go buy a car on credit, nobody will give you the credit. It's just what it is. Okay. All right. Thanks so much. I hope I answered the question on credit. I'll do a video on that. Let me see if there are other questions coming. All right, there is no other question. My boy just woke up. Let me pick him up. Keep your question coming. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Daddy.
Yes.
Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy.
Yeah, baby just woke up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Keep your questions coming. Let me look on the screen and see what I got. Anybody else with a question?
Yeah.
I was asleep. Was it good? Did you sleep well? Did you sleep well? Wanda Apeke. Thank you as well, Wanda. Anybody else with a question? Mhm. Keep your questions coming. Let me see if I can go through some questions I had on Instagram. My Instagram account is the same, Chocolate Millionaire. I'm wearing a suit. I'm wearing a suit on Instagram. Let me see. Instagram. Yeah. Going through my Instagram to see if I can find something. Most of them are personal issues, not necessarily general questions. It's mostly people asking if I can help them. They want to come to Canada. Can you help me? Mm, let me see. Bro, can you help me in applying for universities in Canada? It is for my wife to be, and she's a nurse. So these are some of the questions that people send me. Um, these are also questions that I normally don't answer because I don't help people to apply. I will show you how to apply and you do it yourself. This is also something that somebody sent me on Instagram. Good morning. I'd like you to advise me on a decision I want to take. Some agency is offering me a 2-year work permit visa to Canada. I'll be paying 23,000 Ghana cedis. 23,000 Ghana cedis is a little over 5,000, I believe. It's around 5,000 Canadian dollars. 23,000 Ghana cedis, about 5,000 Canadian dollars. So I'll be paying 23,000. Oh no, the person said 2,300 Ghana cedis. Okay, let me read the whole thing again. Good morning, boss. I'd like you to advise me on a decision I want to take. Some agency is offering me a 2-year work permit visa to Canada. I'll be paying 2,300 Ghana cedis for the visa and biometric. So when we get a visa, I will pay 6,000 Canadian dollars. Please kindly advise me on this decision. Basically, the person is asking if I think he should go for it or not. And these are not questions I answer directly. What I normally would do is to, one, show you how to verify if that agency is legit. I've done a video on that. It is up to you to verify if the agency is legit. I don't know the agency, so I can't tell you to go for it or not. If you go for it and it backfires, oh, Chaka Millionaire said, should do it. If you understand what I mean, no. I don't know the agency. I can't give you my yes or no. But I will tell you, it is your job to verify the agency that they are genuine or not. If that is what they've been doing for people, let them show you proof that they've been doing it. Ask for proof. Have you helped people? Have you brought people to Canada on the same thing? Show me some proof. Proof, not fake thing, proof. That way when you see it and it's genuine, you will know. If it's not genuine, you will know. You don't just pay money to people without asking if what they are giving you is genuine. And then think about it. The agency that is doing the thing for you, you don't trust them. But me, where they here, where I don't know the agency, would you want me to give you an answer about that agency? No, I don't know them too, right? So always do your own due diligence. It's all about due diligence. Remember, the challenge with agencies, there are good and then there are bad. There are good agents and there are bad agents. Good agents are the ones who have a good track record of helping people and they are very trustworthy. They stick to they don't even charge ridiculous monies. They normally don't charge everything. They would have taken a little bit, and then when the thing is all done, they will take the rest. Now, the fake agencies, the sketchy ones, they normally will require huge sums of money up front, even when they haven't done anything for you. Here is it. Can the agency give you a visa? No. No agency can give you a visa. Visas are only issued by the embassy, the Canadian High Commission. They are the ones. Agencies don't work for them. So an agency can help you get a job, but that agency cannot guarantee you a visa. The decision to give you a visa is up to the visa officer. So if an agency is promising you a job, that is fine. Verify that job if possible. Can you verify a job in Canada? Yes. I have done a whole video showing you how you can even verify jobs in Canada. If that job is legit and the company is legit, the job letter they've given you, is it legit? Have you seen proof of people who have gone through the same thing with that agency? Proof, not con artists, people who have been lined up to lie and say, yes, this guy did it for me. People who are genuinely showing you proof. Some of the proof will be a proof of the decision letter from the embassy, proof of their visa submission, everything, those kind of things, before you go ahead and pay. We live in hard times where people can swindle you for their listing. Some people can swindle you within a split seconds and take money out of your pocket. So you want to be really careful. I'm not scaring you, but I'm saying that due diligence is the key thing here. So this is a question I got from somebody on Instagram. Like I said, most of the questions people send me one-on-one, they are just like this. People asking me, hey, can you help me? And they don't understand why I don't respond, because I'm not an agency. I'm an individual sharing information. I can only share information and you take action. You can ask me to clarify something, but if you ask me, can you help me come to Canada? Those questions, you normally don't get an answer, because I don't help it. I haven't even brought my own family to Canada yet. I'm not an agency, you know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so let me say this, okay? Let me see this one here. I've been asking you this question, please. If you can make a way for me to come to Canada, please. It's for me. When I get there and start working, I'll pay you back, please. I'm interested in the community work, please. My African brother, please help me get there. I really want to come. These are questions I don't like. Chocolate, help me to come. When I come, I'll work and pay. I don't, my people. I don't do that. I don't help you come here, like giving you an invitation or something, then you come, you pay me. I don't do that. These are stuff I don't do. These are things that normally agencies will promise you to do. That is why in Dubai, sorry for using Dubai, because Dubai is the most popular place that people go and work. Or in Saudi Arabia or in the Gulf countries, you find a lot of people's passport seized. You know why? Because this is how the people plunge themselves into the trouble. They promise them everything. Look at this person. So this person who is sending me this right now will not even mind at all if I seize their passport until they pay me back. So you see why a lot of people have their passports seized in the Gulf Guineas. Because they just want to travel. They say, yeah, things. You know what? You can keep my passport. You can do this. When I come, I'll work and pay. And then when you arrive in Saudi or Doha or whichever country, if you don't keep your part of the deal, that person holds your passport and you see that it turns to something else, right? These are normally things that people send to agencies that recruit. You should know I am not an agency. I'm just somebody who shares information. So when you ask me these kind of questions, like, can you help me come to Canada? I'll work and pay you back. These are typically questions that, if not for today that I'm reading, you can send them and tell them I never respond to them. Because it's just not what I do. You know what I mean, right? All right. So this also gives you an idea as to some of the questions that I receive. So that when you see people getting angry that I don't respond to them, you know that these are some basically when I open all of them, you see almost all of them are the same. Yeah. All right. You want to get down? Do you want to get down? You want to get down? Do you want to get down? Okay, I'm gonna let you get down there. Are you okay? Good. All right. After you acquire your property, this is from Rotimi Coca. After you have acquire your properties, do you register them under LLC or you let your tenant pay the rent into your account just in reference to taxes and being on the right side? I do not have a registered company for my real estate. Some people will register a separate entity like a company, and then that company will be the company that they will buy assets and put the assets into that company's name, like a business, like a real estate company, right? That handles some you buy in the name of your company. I don't do that type at the moment. I haven't grown to that point where I think I need. Maybe I'm almost there. Maybe I should start considering that. Normally, it is what people do when they have a lot of properties, like more than 5, 10, 15, 20. When you have just 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes you do everything yourself. So everything is just in my name, my wife's name, the two of us. We have personal account. We don't even have a business account, so it comes through our business account. Sorry, it comes through our personal account, right? All right. Mimi, I'm separated not legally, but I want to buy a house. How can? Okay. Mimi. I'm separated not legally, but I want to buy a house. How can I find out the implications? What happens if I buy a house with respect to my family situation? Thank you. Okay. In Canada, if you live in Canada and you are legally married to somebody, even if you did not marry the person within Canada but outside, and you both live here and you own a property in Canada, the person can make a claim to your property, especially if you are legally married. In Canada, assets are to be split 50-50. All assets has to be split 50-50 in the event of divorce, especially if the divorce occurs within the country of Canada. If the divorce did not occur here and it occurs back home wherever you are from, the laws that will apply. But if the divorce application occurs within Canada and is overseen or takes place at a court of law in Canada, they will apply the Canadian law on the divorce. 50-50 asset split. So if you are separated from the person but you are not legally separated, but you are just physically separated, you might want to check the laws in your own country about it. And before you make the purchase, you might also want to talk to a real estate lawyer to explain to you what the implications will be, like a real estate lawyer in Canada. Okay, anytime you're buying, you would have gotten involved with a lawyer who will help you draft your purchase and stuff like that, right? Conclude your deal. So that lawyer would have advised you about the implication that, hey, I'm legally married to somebody, but we are physically separated. We don't know if we can get back, we are getting back or not. But would they have any impact on me buying a property here? The lawyer would have advised you based on that. But I suspect if the person moves into Canada with you, then the person can make a claim. If the person doesn't live here, they cannot go to an embassy and file for that there. They will have to probably file within the country where you married them. So you might want to just check all of that, okay? With a lawyer. But if you both are living here and the person is asking for the divorce here, then definitely they will, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. All right, I hope I answered your question. This is 50 minutes so far on YouTube, my live Q&A. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, we have a small community, 14 people online. So you can tell I am pretty quick in catching your questions. The only thing about YouTube is when the questions show up, they disappear within 3-4 seconds, which is very, very bad. YouTube, keep the messages displayed. I don't want to be clicking just to read them. It's stressful. Sandra Bedu. Okay. Sandra Bedu. Hi, Choco Millionaire. Oba Sandy here. Greetings to you and the family. Greetings to you as well. Sandra Bedu representing Dansoma City. Yeah. Good. Welcome, welcome. This is my first live video on YouTube this year. I picked you up. You didn't want to. You wanted to get her. Now you want to get back, huh? To daddy? All right. And if you are watching this and you haven't hit the like button, please consider hitting the like button right now. Okay? Please, it's good for my channel. Hit the like button. 8 of you so far have hit the like button. I appreciate it. If you haven't, please consider hitting the like button on the screen. Okay? Juliana Manya Leah. Can I add my children too? You want to get down? Juliana, can I add my children to migrate to Canada through job offer? Yes, I answered the same question when Jessica from the UK asked the question. Yes, you can do that. Do you want to go to your sister? Hey, Jonah, what are you doing? Are you eating? Don't say food is yucky. You don't say that, okay? The food is not yucky. Is that rice? It's not yucky. It's not yucky. It's not yucky. Yeah. I just told you not to say food is yucky. Okay. Here's Joanna. Now that she's picking some words, and she's describing anything. When she sees food that she doesn't like, she says yucky. And we're teaching her not to say, okay? I wonder, please, if you're a PR in Canada and gives birth, are the children automatically citizens? Yes. Any child born in Canada, even if the parents don't have status, even if you are visiting, automatically your child is a citizen. It is not like other countries where, no, the child, but so long as the child was born within Canada, the child is a citizen, regardless of what the status of the parents are, okay? Child becomes a Canadian citizen. All right, let me see if there are some more questions here. And okay. This is a very long question from somebody. Let me see. I've seen, good evening, Chocolate Millionaire. I have seen a few of your informative YouTube videos about working and moving to Canada. I have found them extremely insightful and useful as I plan to relocate to become a primary school teacher. A bit of my background about me: I'm 22 years old. I also recently finished my degree in education and will be graduating this summer. I'm kind of lost on how to go about becoming a primary school teacher in Canada. I know the first step is the degree. However, do you think it is best to train in the UK, where I am based, or to find a teacher assistant role in Canada while training there? Or are my strategies completely wrong? I will really appreciate any form of advice you can I give you a thank you in advance. Looking forward to your reply. This is from the UK. First, teaching in Canada is a regulated field or industry. So even if you are a teacher from another country and you have the requisite education, you will still be required to get an assessment in Canada. They will assess your credentials to see if it is at the standard of Canadian teachers' qualification. If it is not, they will prescribe courses that you need to take to make up for it in order to get to apply for your Canadian license. Now, teaching is also provincially regulated, so it differs from province to province. Depending on the province you find yourself, if it is Ontario, you might have to apply for a teacher license in Ontario. Remember, it is almost impossible to arrive from a different country with a teacher's certificate or degree and just teach in Canada. It is not possible at all. Even if you are from the US. Even if you are from the US, it's not possible. They will still require you to get an assessment of your credentials. They will require you to apply for a license. And remember, if they do find that there is a gap between your education, training, and the Canadian standard, they will always ask you to do a top-up in order to make up for it by probably taking some courses or going to school. All right, so if you do find this video, I hope I answered your question there. I'm not sure whether it will be helpful if you get trained in the UK before coming here, since you said your plan is to move to Canada. Since you have the education degree already, another thing is to use a college route. There are some schools that train people specifically for teaching. I did a video on that, so watch my video on how to migrate to Canada as a teacher. I did share the name of George Brown, which is a college in Toronto. Specifically, George Brown has a course for teachers. So you can take that course and study it, and with that education, apply for your license and get to teach in Canada. So there are colleges that offer education-related programs or certificates. You could do that, and that could be an easy way for you to bridge the gap. So check out my video on how to move to Canada as a teacher, okay? If you do fine. So this is one of my Instagram question from Instagram in my inbox. Remember I said I do not respond to my Instagram. It's been almost 1 year since I started, and this is the first time I'm reading just because I'm on live on YouTube, okay? So I don't make it a habit of sending questions there because I don't respond to them. You don't want to wait for 1 year for me to read them like this, okay? Instagram mostly for my live videos, So this is what somebody sent me on Instagram in the month of April this year. Hi, please, I need your advice on something. Full stop. Hi, please, I need your advice on something. And the person stops there. The person expects me to respond to this message, and then he or she will come back. You see, when you write like this, you never will get a response from me. I just don't respond to highs. I don't respond to, like, right? Just look at it. Hi, I need your advice or something. And the person doesn't say what the something is, full stop, and goes. Hoping that Choco Millionaire will respond, and then we can carry on. You see, if I'm your friend one-on-one, this is not bad. But with what I do, I don't have the luxury of time to be doing back and forth. I don't just have the luxury of time. And unfortunately, I want you to know that these are some of the questions that I do receive. You see why I do not respond to a lot of emails. But these are some of the messages that I do receive. Huh? Lots of them are like this. Yes. And remember, I'm not mentioning anybody's name. I'm just picking them as they are. Hello, good evening, boss. My name is Mercy. Hey, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch anything. Oh, this one I mentioned the person's name. Even though there are a lot of people with that name, though. My boy was distracting me. Don't touch anything here. Yeah, my boy was distracting me. Hi, good evening. I came across your video on YouTube, please, with the nursing college in Canada. What do I apply for? 1 year course. Do I apply as an undergraduate or postgraduate? Apply for health-related programs. Anything that is health-related. 1 year or 2 years is good. anything health related, palliative care, uh, gerontology, social worker, name them, so many health related courses in the colleges. Anything closer to nursing can apply for that. Nursing colleges offer a diploma certificates, so apply for that. Remember, undergraduate courses are normally at the university level. Colleges offer diploma certificates or graduate certificates. All right, this one is from a follower in the month of April. Hi, Choco Millionaire. I've been following your live videos and thanks a lot for the advice and so on. Please, I have something very important to ask concerning my life. Need an advice concerning traveling out of Nigeria. Will I respond to this? No, because it is not. Look, think about this. If you run a public channel with thousands of people following you, would you be responding to these kind of messages where people send you DMs and they don't even tell you why they are contacting you? They want you to actually respond to them before they tell you why. Look, I don't care if everybody unfollows me. I just don't respond to some messages. If you send me a message, you have to be direct and go straight to the point. You beat around the bush, you never will get. I don't even care if everybody unfollows me. For me, these messages are complete. Look at it. Using how many seconds to read this? To even read it into my mind, complete waste of my time. Then I have to now sit and type, respond back to it. Then the person will now come back, and I have to go back, and I'm not being paid for doing this. 24 hours, the same 24 hours you have that I have. No. These are the reasons why I disabled my messaging platform. If I open my Gmail inbox, same. Hi, I have a problem. Then they will wait for you. They will wait for you to come and respond to them hi, and then they will now come back and no. This is basically how we normally chat. Oh, John Henry, please don't touch my camera stand, please. All right. So, unfortunately, we need to learn to communicate. Different people, different personality. I'm just the type. I don't respond to messages that are dry, messages that have no content, messages that are not direct. I just don't respond. It's my personal, even beyond Facebook. That's what I do in real life. You send me a hi, forget it. On WhatsApp, you never will get a response. Just who I am. Gummy? Yeah. When I had my Facebook DM, people could send me thousands of messages. All of them like that. Hi. Are you there? Hi. How are you? I'm in Ghana. I want to come to Canada. Hi, And then they want you to respond. And if you don't respond to them, they even get offended. This job is not easy. They get offended. Let me see this one. Let me read this one. Bro, I have been watching your videos on Facebook and wanted to tell you to keep it up. You are doing a great job. I'm from Ghana. I'm a contemporary videographer and a photographer who has gained admission into the United States with partial scholarship by having problem on getting a bank statement to support. I want to find out how best you can help me on this. How best I can help you, watch my video on proof of funds. And I did share some tips in that video. It's on my YouTube channel. Personally, I don't give bank statement to people that I don't know. So I can't give you a bank statement, but I can show you what you can do. Bank statement, you have a problem with it. I also had a problem when I was doing mine. Nobody wanted to give me a bank statement. I tried. Charlie, getting a bank statement is not easy, especially if you're not from a solid family, right? All I can say is I keep trying and keep being honest with people, letting them know we got admission. Somebody may be touched to want to help you with a bank statement, genuine one. Do your due diligence and make sure it's legit, because there are a lot of fake bank statements out there. Okay. Blessed Mekus has something on the screen. Let me see. I understand you, but it can be frustrating replying to some of our people. But I must say that a lot of them are confused, honestly. They don't even know where to start. You're right. You're right. I agree. Some people are just confused. They don't even know where to start. So, what do I recommend? My recommendation is equipping yourself with knowledge. You see, there is a difference between not knowing where to start because you don't have information. And then there is a difference between having information but not using it. I personally feel that people are lazy. Lazy. I'm being honest with you. On my channel, I've covered almost everything important when it comes to Canadian immigration. From student visas, colleges, scholarships, schools that are cheap, how to put your visa documents together, how to apply, how to do this, how to find job, work visa, blah, 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 blah. Permanent resident. I've covered a lot of them. Now, when people come on my channel, the question is, do they spend their time to go through my old videos by title? I doubt a lot of people don't. People are normally eager and quick to post questions. There's nothing wrong with posting questions. But you see, when the content is already there, and imagine if like somebody comes and say, I can't find your video on scholarship. Is that my problem? No, it's not my problem. The truth is the video is there on my YouTube channel. I can't teach you how to look for things on YouTube. I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. When I do the video, I just don't have that extra time to do other things. You know what I mean? So if you don't know how to find it, it's one thing. But at least ask for help. Let somebody help you to find it. So that you don't go and inundate the same person who made the video to go and look for the video and send it to you. When I started my channel, I used to do that. I literally have to. Hi. My first 3-4 months when I started my channel, I went through depression. You guys didn't know. I had sleepless night. My eyes were red most of the time. People were calling me. I had my phone number. Hey, Joanna, on my channel. You won't believe it. If you end up watching my old videos, you'll notice these things were all there. I used to have my phone number on my Facebook page. My DM was there on Facebook, so you could literally send me a direct message on Facebook and I'll respond to it. Not a comment, personal message. Wow, the stress was real, guys. When I say the stress was real, you believe it? 24/7, Choco Millionaire. My paternity leave, I wasn't enjoying it though. Because when I make the videos with all the energy I put in, I have to now sit, respond to comments one by one. And after that, I have to go into my DM, respond to the thousands of, we are not talking about hundreds. If I give you an idea as to the number of messages I get, you won't believe it. Now, for me personally, I'm energy driven, positive energy driven. If I were to go through the questions and there are things that people needed clarification for, I don't have a problem at all responding to them. But then I go and then I find that the same thing I did a video on today, hundreds of people are asking the same thing. Can you show me a school to apply for scholarship, or how do I get scholarship? Yet today, just today, I did a video on that. And it's right there on the Facebook page. So then I ask sometimes I sit there and ask myself, is it that people don't pay attention? People that don't check? And the more you go through those cycle of messages on things you have already covered in detail, live Q&As, it gets to a point you just tend to shut down. At a point my wife was complaining. She was like, hey, is this really how you're going to be doing this 24/7? In the middle of the night, you are still awake 4 or 5 hours. There were times went from 11 p.m. till 5 a.m. All I'm doing is just responding to people's message. The part that even gets discouraging is when people show you attitude. Some people actually come and attack me under my live videos. I've sent you messages, you are not responding, yet you are responding to other people. As if you own them. For me, when people express an entitlement mindset, it pisses me off. And I just cut them off completely. That's just who I am. If I don't owe you and you make me feel like I owe you, I just would cut you off completely. It's just who I am. Because it tells me that you lack gratitude, you lack appreciation, So maybe I'm talking too much. All I'm saying is, guys, to not have information is not an excuse. To also have an information and not know to how to use it is not an excuse. The most important thing is your willingness to learn. Majority of us don't know how to do things, and we are not willing to put in the learning. If you do take your time and you go through my videos, I promise you, anybody watching me, tag me in it. If you find anybody on YouTube who does videos in detail the way I do and takes time to do live Q&As, personal DMs, tag me. Let me go and check their content out. I promise you, you won't find anybody like that. You know, YouTube has millions of content creators. But I'm just confident you won't find people, because people will not put this much of their time into doing this without getting a direct pay for it. You see, the fact that I don't even post videos on YouTube should tell you that I don't do this for the money. You know, content creators actually make more money on YouTube. Yes. That is why when everybody does video, they will be pushing you to go and watch their YouTube video, because that is where they make all their advertisement money. But you can tell that I don't even spend time posting on YouTube, isn't it? Because I'm not driven by money. I am not driven by money. That is why I don't make YouTube my sleeping ground. I'm not driven by the money for doing what I'm doing. So anyway, let me just go ahead and see some questions here. Blessed Mekus. Funny enough, the highest thing you can do to an African is to put things in writings. We are too lazy to read. Most of us don't have the time. That is why a lot of us are carrying Bible, but they don't know. I personally bought bundle 450 Ghana cedis to download all your videos and took the time to watch them and make notes down for the future. Thank you so much there. God bless you. From Sandra Bedu. God bless you. I have watched your videos and you advise that we can only change. Let me see. You see, so guys, if you don't see me doing a lot of YouTube live, this is the reason why. It is so annoying doing a live YouTube. You know why? You have to basically be clicking for the comments to appear. Every 3-4 seconds, the comments disappear. I have to actually click on the screen for it to come back. We don't have this stress when we're on Facebook Live, isn't it? It's discouraging. If anybody is watching me and you work with YouTube, tell them to face this. The comments have to remain on the screen and roll. We don't have to press to get them to show. Come. What's it? Oh. You see me always put my hand on the screen? I'm trying to just load the question back again. It's so discouraging. It doesn't make it fun at all on YouTube. All right, that is why people record, edit, and post. Let me go back. Wonder Peke. I personally bought about 450 Ghana cedis bundle to download all your videos and took the time to watch them and make notes for the future. God bless you, Wonder Apeke. And then, God bless you always, Wonder Osiro, Oloche. Hello, Chokamini. Thanks for your info field sessions. Please, can a spouse who is outside Canada, the question has disappeared. It disappears just like a ghost on the screen. How, YouTube? How? Maybe I should open it on my other phone because it's so annoying reading it from the screen. John Henry. Now your voice is here, okay? Okay, I personally bought, okay, I've read that. I think it's better if I'm reading it from here. It's stressful reading it on the screen. Let me use my other phone, my S10. Sandra Bedu, I have watched your videos and you advise that we can only change our course when we arrive on campus and change it in our department. But I don't want him to start a process for me because of your advice. Sandra, your question is not too clear. Who is the him? Who is the him? Is that your family member who is applying for you? Who is that? Yes, I'm saying that if you used a particular course to apply for your Canadian visa and you got it, my recommendation is, even if you don't like the course, at least arrive in the country first, get out of the airport and begin to plan your changing of the course. Don't try and be changing it whilst you use course A to apply for the visa and then you change it to course B before you arrive. It can create problem for you at the airport when your course does not match what you use to apply for your visa, right? So that's why I gave you that recommendation. Remember, sometimes you have to choose some courses just to align with your past studies and your work experience just to let you get into the country. You can always change it to your newfound love of course, especially if your previous experiences don't connect with your newfound love or course of interest. It can always create a bit of problem when you apply. All right. This is from Osiro. Osiro, let me read your question. Hello, Choco Millionaire. Thanks for your info field sections. Please, can a spouse who is outside Canada apply to visit their spouse who is in Canada, awaiting their status to be adjusted to a temporary status work permit? Yes, that's what I did for my wife. My wife was in Ghana. I was here. I applied and she came to visit. I have also done a whole video on that. It's actually on my YouTube channel. So if you type Choco Millionaire and then you put space and you type spouse, just spouse, it could pull up that video for you. It's also on my Facebook channel. I think I did that video in January of this year. So if you go through my January videos on Facebook, you'll find that particular video, 1 hour, talking about the different ways you can bring your spouse here. All right. God bless you. All right, no other question at the moment. Ogunlade Taiwo. Ogunlade Taiwo has a question, so let me read this question. Greetings to you and your family, sir. My wife just got admission as an undergraduate in Nova Scotia. We have made a tuition deposit of 6,000 Canadian dollars. Please, I want to know if that amount is enough. Wrong question. You see, you just told me what you have paid. You haven't told me what the school fees itself is. And you also haven't told me what the policy or the instruction of the school gave you on the admission letter. So these are some of the questions that when you send them to me personally, I don't respond to. Let me give you. You see, every school is different. The requirements for one school will be different from the other. If Niagara College gives you admission, they will tell you the specific instructions for paying of the fees. They will also tell you the minimum amount that is required to be paid. So if somebody sends me a message and say, I have paid $5,000 to Niagara College, is that good enough? The question is, have you told me how much the school fees is for that course? No. Have you also told me what the school's requirement is for paying of the fees? No. Will I be able to give you the right answer? No. Will I answer it? No. Do you see it? This, an example, if this question was sent to me as an email, I wouldn't have responded to it because it is not, it lacks detail. It lacks detail. I don't want you to assume that paying 5,000, 6,000 is enough for all schools. No. The school fees is not the same. School fees differs from school to school, course to course. Every school also has its own specific requirement when it comes to amounts that you need to pay. So unless the school, maybe the school did not give you an amount to pay. Some schools don't. The University of Manitoba is an example. If you get an admission to University of Manitoba, most of the time they will not tell you to pay any amount. So meaning that you can go and apply for your visa even without paying for any amount. But if you choose to pay the fees yourself, that is your own decision. But you see, when the school has a requirement of how much you should pay, and then you decide that you want to pay more than that to make your visa application chances higher, that is good. But if the school says, okay, Ogunlade, the school fees is 19,000 Canadian dollars. We want you to pay 10,000 before this deadline. And then you don't pay the 10,000, you want to pay 6,000. If you come and ask Choco Millionaire and I tell you 6,000 is good, have I deceived you or have helped you? I've actually not helped you because the school said 10,000 is a requirement that you should pay. but you pay 6,000 and you're asking. Basically, all I'm saying is that provide adequate information. Tell me if the school required you to make that payment, or tell me if you are only paying that to show that you are serious enough to come to the school. Without this information, it's difficult for me to give you an answer. All right, Ogunlade, I hope you can read your question.
Yeah.
All right. Blessed Mercus, your Henry. When I put it down, okay. How about what do you want? What do you want? All right. Blessed Mercus, please. My question: must it be your family member bank statement, or can you use any other person that you know who is willing to help you? Because some of us don't have wealth. All right. Ideally, you want to use a bank statement of a family member or yourself. If you have somebody who is your sponsor, you must detail your relationship with the person. If the visa officer is not satisfied that you have a genuine relationship with that person, they may refuse you. For example, somebody you don't know at all. If you tell the visa officer, this person is my sponsor and I don't know him at all, he's only helping me, there is a good chance they will refuse you. So ideally, it has to be family members, uncles, aunties, father, mother, brother, sister, or maybe a sponsor you have a very good relationship with who has undertaken, maybe in writing by a commitment letter, maybe a sworn affidavit on top that they are going to help you. Okay? Why are you yabbing? You're fuzzy today. You're so fuzzy today. Good. All right. Sandra Bedu. Hi, Choco Millionaire. Please, I have a colleague who moved to the UK to pursue his master's. We both have degree in management, but he says I can pursue a nursing course in UK with my degree certificate. Please advise. The UK is actually the easiest place to move to as a health worker. They actually have a visa program for people to just come and work in the UK. So if you're looking for a place to desperately go to when you're a nurse, the UK is definitely the easiest place to go to. They have a visa program to help you move and come and work as a nurse. However, the UK is not the easiest place to get your papers. It takes a longer time. That is the only downside about going to the UK. You could literally be on a work visa in the UK for up to 5 years before you get to apply for your leave to remain, which is the permanent residence there, I believe. So the duration it takes to get your papers is the downside there. Otherwise, the UK is much easier to get a nursing-related visa for work there compared to Canada. The advantage with Canada is it is much easier to get your papers the moment you arrive in the country. It's quicker, shorter. Within a year or two, you would have got your papers. Like permanent resident, within a year or two, you could have also gotten. So basically, you give yourself within 5-6 years from the time you enter. If you came through school, you could have gotten your permanent residence and your citizenship, all within 5-6 years, maximum 7 years. But that time could take a longer time in the UK. There are people who have had to stay in the UK for up to about 10 years just to get their citizenship. I think it is too long. So maybe, and you should understand why the UK makes it like that. You know, the UK is very small in terms of land size. So if they don't regulate their immigration, the place will be choked. That's the fact. So whatever they are doing, I think is in line with their geography and their expectation as a place, okay? All right, one second. All right. See why I need a new house, eh? Because these people are not giving me time at all. One goes, the other come. Everybody was daddy time. uh, oh, what was the question I was answering about the UK? So, if it is about going to do a degree in nursing, or even if you are not doing a nursing, but say that you have a background, you said you have a management degree, but I'm not sure whether it is a degree in management. If it's a degree in management, you can't go and do a nursing job with that. You will need to be a nurse or have an education in nursing to go and get a nursing related job. But if your friend is telling you that you can come and study in the UK and divert into, say, a degree in nursing to help you stay there, I think it's possible. You can do that. Talk to your friend. He's there. He will know better than I do. Remember, I'm just mostly Canadian content, right? And then find out from him how long it takes to get your papers too. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if you marry somebody from the UK, they've made it in such a way that if you have a child with a person, you need to be with a person for a certain number of years before you can apply for your papers yourself. Just so people don't abandon the women and the men there and marry them for papers. You know what I mean? It's what it is. Joanna, can you go to the other side with your YouTube before I get copyright strike for playing somebody's stuff in my video? Okay. Can you go sit there? Okay, okay, come sit there. If you want to sit here, but you have to lower it before I get a copyright strike for playing somebody's content. All right. Sandra, did I answer your question? Let me know if I didn't answer it. Can I pursue a nursing course in UK with my degree certificate? Please advise. Yeah, you have your degree in management. I don't know. I don't know about that. To be honest, I don't know. You have to find out from your friend if it's possible to do a degree in nursing, even if you don't have a background in nursing. It's possible they might check your biology. It's possible they might check your chemistry courses in secondary school because you need to have some foundation in science to do nursing. Nursing is more biology and stuff, right? So some schools would require that you show proof that secondary school level you did maybe biology, you did chemistry just before they accept you. In Canada, for example, if you want to do nursing, if you don't have a secondary school education that shows that you studied biology and chemistry, they may not allow you. They will tell you to do a top-up course before they can allow you to go into a nursing school here. It's just what it is because it's more science, you know. All right. Ogunlade Taiwo is here again. Sorry, sir. I wanted to give full details, but no space to do that. Okay, that's fine. The tuition fee is 9,500. International fee is 8,300. And medical fee is 750. Total 18,550. The school didn't specify the precise amount. You pay 6,000. So here, the school did not specify, but you pay 6,000, which is 1/3 of it. They didn't. It's not bad. The amount you paid is not bad. But if I had a means, I would have paid at least half of it. I would have paid at least half of it to show that you've paid half of it. But you could still get your visa with the 6,000. Remember, you said the school did not specify, but you made the payment. So if you can show a strong bank statement and a strong reason for traveling and you convince the visa officer, it's possible they will issue the visa to your spouse, okay? All right, thank you there. All right, there is no other question. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. If it's getting boring, let me know so that I can shut my beak and call it a day. Those of you who are here, I'm hoping that you got value. Will people watch this? No. Will they ask me questions that I've answered for people here? They will ask me. Where would they send it? Email. They will email me. And if you don't respond to them, they will say this guy doesn't respond to messages. I get it. I want you to know I have a very tough skin. I don't care. So long as I'm doing the right thing, I don't care. In fact, I don't care if I wake up tomorrow and I have 0 followers. I'll build it all over again. I just don't care. So long as my conscience know I'm doing the right thing. It's just, that's my nature. I just don't care. I don't even care if I lose followers. So long as I know I'm doing the right thing, I just don't give a hoot. Sandra Bedu says, yes, my question has been answered. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ty will say, thank you, sir, for your response. I'm really grateful. Yeah, make sure the bank statement is strong. Make sure your supporting documents is strong. If you have any proof of Ty assets, show proof. Write a letter convincing them as to why she's traveling. Link it to anything she's done in the past. If she's worked before, how is the cost related? Basically convince them. Remember, the best way to know how visa officers think is to try to be a visa officer yourself for your wife. That the way my wife's document look, will I issue the visa for her? Yeah? God bless you there. All right. All right. Thank you so much for staying with me so far. It's been an hour and a half so far live Q&A, and I hope you enjoy it. Q&As for me are places where I go in depth answering some questions, probably over and over again, back and forth with people who ask, getting answers. Especially if you are comfortable asking those questions here. If you are not comfortable, remember, nobody talks to me for free on the phone. If I do videos and I do Q&As and you beyond this, you want to talk to me one-on-one, you gotta pay for that time. You gotta pay to talk to me on the phone. You know I'm not an immigration consultant. I say it every time. You are just seeking my personal opinion. You should not have an expectation of calling me on the phone, talking to me for what. No. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. And I'm clear with it. All right. No other question. Should we call it a day here? You know I can run 24/7 like a TV channel. It's about time I attend to my family, so I will call it a day here. I appreciate you for being with me. This is my first live video on YouTube for the year 2022. And I'm hoping that I can do this a little bit more, and I'm hoping that YouTube can make it more friendlier for us to do live sessions here too. Thank you so much for being with me. This is Choco Melonaire. And remember, someday you will not hear all this noise when I move into my mansion where there are many rooms where I can go and lock myself. You will not hear all this noise. Where Joanna will be causing commotion. They normally do this when they see I'm live. That is when you see them displaying. But God will give me a bigger mansion, many bedrooms, many rooms, studio. It will happen. All right. Wanda Peke, please, your upcoming podcast with Ola is on Monday, 12 o'clock Eastern Time. I'll post the link when we go live. Please look for Joseph Ola on YouTube. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Look for him on Instagram as well. You can get a lot of, you learn a lot when it comes to real estate investing there. Wanda Apeke, thank you for asking that, okay? Sandra Bedu, God bless you. You are one in a million. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Remember, just as you were giving me the credit and the praises, somebody is busily cursing me and saying I'm not what I am. Such a world, yeah? We take all of them, good and bad reviews, we take all of them. And it doesn't change who we are. That's the thing about me. I'm not moved by people's opinion. So long as I know I'm doing the right thing, I'm happy. I'm a weird human being, isn't it? Yeah, you can, like, so long as my conscience tells me I'm doing the right thing, it makes me happy. And when you write something about me and I think it's a reflection of who I am, I'm also happy. If you write something negative and it's not who I am, I laugh and I move on. All right, God bless you. God bless you. I love you all. I'll see you another time. Take care and have a good one. Love you. Okay? Peace out. Bye-bye.